She Dares the Devil running a big one too. Gamine has lost the lead. She Dares the Devil is in front. Sweat Skydiver runs at her. Gamine is going to be third. She Dares the Devil. Sweat Skydiver. She Dares the Devil in a huge upset.
She Dares the Devil, winning the 2020 Kentucky Oaks, plays us in, and she played her cards in the Honeybee Stakes, winning this Oaks Prep at Oaklawn. Much longer time between those two races than we'll have this year. This is squarely a prep on the Kentucky Oaks path. That race on April 30th this year. And Brad Cox pulled off the double last year, and he has 2 tries at it this year in the Honeybee.
Sure did, Ed. That was an impressive effort from She Dares the Devil and the Honeybee, and he's looking to repeat in the Oaks this year, as well as a major player, obviously, in the Kentucky Derby picture a couple of months out. But, yeah, Sunpath and Coach, obvious major players in here. Several ways to go. I thought it was a pretty challenging rendition. I'm not so sure we're going to see the Oaks winner, Kentucky Oaks winner, come out of the race this year. But how did you see it?
Yeah, pretty similar. I thought there were, the obvious looks, starting with the trainer seems to win most of everything on these Oaks and Derby paths. I did go back to Will Secret to kind of see a similar race setup and like what we saw in the Martha Washington, and she does seem to have put it together. Don't love that she picks up some weight here. She is given 5 pounds to a horse like Sunpath, and not to tip your hand before you tip your cap, but I'm guessing you saw something in that January 16th race from Sunpath to forgive to go back to the well with her.
No, I didn't. Actually, it was underwhelming. Yeah, it's just what I saw beforehand from this horse that makes me willing to kind of draw a line through it. I think it might have been a weird race that day, Ed, in the Silver Bullet Day, because on paper you look, and they went 25-3, 49-4, and it was Little Stitious, who was on the lead for Tom Amos, who completely stopped. And it looked like Sunpath was totally loaded that day. And she didn't really have much to offer, especially considering that she was 3-5. But she was hammered at the windows in both of her starts in 2020 to end the year. And she came through, including the impressive 12-length romp at 1-5 at the fairgrounds in the start before the Silver Bullet Day. And I'm just going to be willing to give her a mulligan. I think her upside here is higher than anybody else. And maybe most importantly, Ed, she didn't lose time training at fairgrounds, where several of these horses at Oaklawn were there when the track was shut down for 2 weeks and may have lost a work or two. Will Secret, though, was at fairgrounds as well. I just think it was the perfect setup that day for Will Secret. Not to take anything away from her, but there were a number of horses that I had question marks about how far they wanted to go, including Joy's Rocket for Steve Asmussen. Got the setup that day, and Coach, who's the other Brad Cox runner in here, had a really troubled voyage. So I think Will Secret has a big shot again. I'm just worried she may get a little overbet off that last one.
Yeah, nothing published for Coach since that Martha Washington, which you kind of referenced with the weather that they had in Arkansas and throughout that region. Any thought to Flo sticking with Coach versus Sunpath?
I did think that was interesting and noteworthy for sure, especially because Talamo actually rode Coach in the Goldenrod. I don't want to make too much of it, but it's also interesting because I'm wondering which one of those were going to be more aggressive from the gate. You can't imagine both of them are going to send, but there's not a ton of early speed signed on in here. I was kind of hoping as a Sunpath backer that Joe Talamo might send, but Florent Giroux, one of the best front end riders in the game, it would be kind of odd if they didn't put him on the horse that they were going to send, right?
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting tactics for the stablemate. And that was part of the reason I kind of forgave Will Secret needing to give 5 pounds is can be more forwardly placed, maybe get the jump on what seems like a lot of closers. The other front runner, at least based on the win, last out is Tabor Hall. Gate to wire, finally broke the maiden. Best Brisnet speed rating of the group and doing it with a 93. Any thought to this one as an improving 3-year-old? We kind of saw Ken pull this trick last year with Skydiver.
Yeah, I mean, definitely have to credit and tip your cap, if you will, to this daughter of Candy Ride who won in front-running fashion. Last time it was the first time she got Lasix. Maybe she was just a horse that needed that. But the problem is she won't get Lasix in the Honeybee. She did turn away a horse that may have second-itis in Caramel Swirl, who was a heavy favorite that day for for Bill Mott. Had 2 runner-up finishes before that, going 1 turn. Might not have faced the toughest group. Nobody else from the back ran on at all. So I'm not so sure. I thought Pauline's Pearl was interesting for the Hall of Famer Steve Asmussen, but another horse where the jockey's decision was a little bit surprising to me, as Ricardo ends up on Willful Woman. I know he rode her in all 3 starts. I thought Pauline's Pearl may have figured it out last time, maybe a little bit of a course like a Tappet filly that took a couple starts to really figure things out, really like the slop. I don't know. There's several ways to go. Even Olivia of the Desert in here just keeps trying and has won 2 straight races, not really in eye-popping fashion, but has the ability to get the distance and just a horse that doesn't stop trying.
Yeah, I mean, we at this point have mentioned them all other than Absolute Anna, another one from a Hall of Fame barn. She would probably be my least likely winner, but this is one of those races kind of stereotypical on the 3-year-old trail. I think it gets overwrought, Scott, about, oh, they improved. This is the time of year. As competitive as this race is, I can't say I'm going to be shocked if anyone's able to jump up and run a 90, which might be good enough based on, the past performances of what others have run. So super competitive. I'm hoping Will Secret's the 3rd choice. That'd be good enough for me.
Yeah, you might get a better price than I think just because of the big barns. And Sun Path is a horse that's taken a lot of support. You figure
they're not giving up on her.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not excited. This is a spread race for me. I haven't really dove into the rest of the Oaklawn card. I will do that on my expert picks for the day up on the Twin Spires app, but several ways to go. Very competitive. I just think Sun Path has the highest upside.
All right, well, we have plenty of races to get to this weekend, so encourage everyone to check out all our preview videos on the Twin Spires social channels and, of course, watch and wager via Twin Spires. Good luck.